Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror and sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today I will be interviewing the Wizard Master himself, Ira Heiden. Yes, Ira Heiden, the Wizard Master of Nightmare on Elm Street 3, the Dream Warriors, baby. And I can't wait. He was also in Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, and Zapped Again, and a few other movies. And I met him last year at Sinister Creature Con in Stockton. He's a really nice guy. And I can't wait to have him on the show today. Also, happy birthday to the greatest scream queen that ever lived, Barbara Crampton. Barbara hits a milestone today, 60. And she doesn't look it at all. Barbara is a good friend of mine. She hasn't been on the podcast, but she's a good friend nevertheless and a sweetheart. And I love her. Happy 60th, Barbara. And hope you have lots of screams today, but only in a good way. So, here is my interview with Ira Heiden. Hi, Ira.
Tommy.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good on this lovely, Thursday.
I know just everything's off because of Christmas.
Yes, it is. It's in whole different stuff. Things are open, things are closed. People are out of town. Some people are in town. Oh, where are you again? Are you in?
Redding, California.
Oh, Redding, California. Very cool. How is it up there? How's the weather?
The sun is out, but it's freezing cold.
It's cold here too. I'm in LA and woke up and it was like 47. Burn.
Wow, 47. Whew. That's crazy. Wow, it's such an honor. You know, I met you last year in Stockton at Sinister Creature Con.
Was that last year or the year before?
It was definitely last year.
It was last year. Gosh. Yeah, that was fun, man. I mean, you had Heather there, you had Jennifer and Rodney. No, wait, Rodney was there. Yeah,
Rodney was there, and Ken and Amanda, and just about everybody key from the franchise was there.
Yeah, dude, we had like a couple of weeks ago, we had a screening on a Saturday. This played flashback video or something that they did a screening of Nightmare 3, and we had a little Q&A, but it was only a couple of us. It was Penelope, and it was Bradley and I.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw the advertisement for that. Did it go good?
Yeah, I mean, there was no money to be made, but it was fun being doing the Q&A with this guy Ryan Turek, who's a developer creator at Blumhouse Productions.
Mm-hmm.
He had some good questions, and it was fun.
Nice. Yeah, I wish I would have been able to go. I haven't made it out to LA at all this year, but next year I will.
You know, they're not doing many cons here. Days of the Dead was really good here.
Yeah.
But they moved to they're doing Vegas this year in June, I think.
Wow.
They're not doing LA.
Yeah, they stopped doing it there. I go to Monsterpalooza every year in LA.
Okay. I still have not done that one. Is it good?
Oh, to me, it's the best horror con ever.
When is that? Is that usually over Halloween?
No, they do one in April in Pasadena, and then they do one in Burbank in September.
Both of those are very doable for me.
They had just about everybody from the franchise there last year, except for you and maybe Ken and Rodney, and that's about it. But everybody was there last year.
Wow, interesting. Hey, Tommy, so you've got me for like 20 minutes. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's cool.
Awesome.
So let's start. So going back to the beginning, did you know early on that you wanted to act?
Back to the very beginning. Yeah, I knew I wanted to act when I would go over the holidays to my grandma's place in Brooklyn, and I would sing some songs, and my relatives would start throwing money at me, dollar bills and stuff like that, and it was like, wow, hey, this is cool. And then I did some acting in like third grade, the plays, and then in high school I did some, and my mom at the time lived in California, and I was living in Tampa, Florida, and she said, you want to come out to LA and try acting? I was like, okay. Mm-hmm. So I came out and met a manager and felt like it was the right thing to do. So I finished high school in Tampa and moved to California to pursue acting.
Wow, what year was that?
That was 1985. So I moved out, I want to say the end of October, mm-hmm. and I was cast in a Pepsi commercial for the movies with Johnny Depp, Sherilyn Finn, Brooke McCarter,
wow,
three famous Lost Boys,
yeah,
Harold Pruitt, who was became my very best friend, Arlene Galanka. There were like China Phillips was in it.
Wow.
And I was that kind of nerdy kid who didn't have a date, but ends up with like the hottest girl on a motorcycle driving off into the sunset on the screen. It was a lot of fun. But I landed that job like literally like a month and a half after moving to LA. So call it a blessing or a curse. But I didn't have to wait too long to get my Screen Actors Guild card.
Wow, I'm gonna check for that commercial on YouTube. That's awesome. Your first role in movie form, you were a soda jerker in Brat Patrol.
Yeah, with Sean Astin and another good friend of mine at the time, Billy Jane.
Yep.
That was a lot of fun, and I got to work with that director one more time on another Disney special because the director's mom said, "Bring that kid back again. Hire him one more time."
Yeah, we taped it the first night it premiered when I was like 3 years old. I watched it every day for like years and years until the tape wore out. I actually watched it on YouTube last night.
Wow, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that it's still on there. You should send me a clip.
Oh, yeah, I'll send you the whole thing. Yeah, I love that one. That must have been great with that cast. It was a good cast.
It was a really good cast. I mean, we were all so young at the time, but a lot of us became good friends, and gosh, I can't tell you how many games of poker I played with Sean Astin, and it was a lot of fun.
How did you get so lucky into playing Will the Wizard Master in Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors?
Well, there was a lot of keys to that. I mean, honestly, Tommy, when I grew up, I did not like horror movies. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, I really want to be in a horror movie.
Yeah.
They scared the hell out of me. And I remember seeing Nightmare 1 when I was in high school, and literally closed my eyes like pretty much through the whole thing. Just went with my friends to make sure that it looked like I was tough enough to go watch a horror movie. But when I came out to LA, my manager, Marilyn Sherman, said, okay, we've got an audition for you. So for Nightmare 3. And I was like, great. So I went in and met with Annette Benson and talked with her first. And then she put me on tape. And then the director, Chuck Russell, liked what he saw and brought me in. And I went with him, met with him a couple of times, actually. Mm-hmm. And then even auditioned for Joey's role for a part for a second. But it was a lot of fun, and after like 5 auditions and one more callback, I ended up getting the job. And I think it was also key that I loved Dungeons and Dragons at the time, so basically that character was me.
Mm-hmm. I think Will was a positive role model for disabled kids. Do you ever get approached by disabled people who say that?
Yeah, for sure. And as a matter of fact, I was doing a commercial a couple of years ago, a Snickers commercial, and one of the grips was like, smiling at me, but then like we kind of go away. And then at lunchtime, he came up and said, "Look, I just want to thank you." I'm like, "What did I do?" Because your role made me believe and helped me get better. He had some kind of, his eyes were something wrong with his eyes, but he believed that he could get better, and with that, it helped him get better.
Mm-hmm. Did you get along with the cast?
From Nightmare?
Yeah.
No, man, all those guys are assholes. I'm kidding. Yeah, of course. I got along with everybody. I mean, it was fun working with Patricia and Heather. And to this day, I'm still great friends with Heather and Rodney and Jennifer and Bradley and Penelope and Ken. And Chuck, from time to time, we keep in touch. It was a great experience. I mean, can you imagine being 20 years old and working on a horror film like that? I was blown away. Never took anything for granted. Made sure I knew all my lines and hit my marks, and did the best I could. But I got to tell you, it was quite the experience, Tommy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, being part of a huge franchise like that, that was just in the making at the time, and it was just a huge phenomenon. Has life been traumatic for you, though, from this movie? Like, I mean, I know a bunch of people from the franchise have been seriously affected negatively by it.
In what sense?
Oh, they've had stalkers and what have you.
As far as the stalker, no, nothing that crazy, although I do have to admit there was one person who created like a channel and put my face on top of David Beckham's body, which was very strange.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I got to tell you, it's been nothing but positive. I mean, the fact that we're still talking about this movie, 31 years later,
mm-hmm.
32 years later, is shows how great the movie is, and I think it's been a blessing for me. I mean, when I made the movie, I had no idea that I'd be going to conventions and sitting here talking to you about it.
Yeah, it's certainly my favorite of the series. I was 4 years old when I saw it, and it just frightened me, especially when Philip turns into a puppet and falls out the window. That just mortified me at that age.
Yeah, I bet. Considering my son is almost 11, and I still haven't let him watch the movie.
Yeah, smart. That's very smart. I remember when I was at the Q&A panel last year, you said you were responsible for getting Dawkins on the soundtrack.
Oh, yeah. Not in the sense of, running up to them and saying, you got to put Dawkins in, but Nikki Marvin, who was our producer at the time, and she was dealing with all the music, mm-hmm. He came up to us and asked, she was like, it's kind of down to these two bands, I think it was Marillion and Dawkins, and I said, you got to go Dawkins. Dawkins is like a classic rock and roll band. I mean, I grew up when I was in Florida listening to a lot of heavy metal, a lot of like Def Leppard and Rat and Dawkins.
Yeah.
And so when I heard that, I was like, you got to put Dawkins in, and obviously worked out really good for them.
Yeah, I'm a huge Dawkins fan, and it's a damn great song. It's AOR rock at its finest.
Yeah, my wife and I, I want to say like 5 years ago, we were on a date up at this place called Barado's, which is an excellent jazz dinner place to eat in LA. If you're ever anywhere over there, go check it out. Eden Alpert owns it, or her father, Herb Alpert, owns it.
Yeah.
So we were sitting at the bar and just talking to this guy, and everyone keeps going by and going, hi, Don. And it dawned on me, wait, this is Don Dawkins. I said, you, Don Dawkins? He goes, yeah. Like, oh, my gosh, dude, I was in my way. Oh, my gosh. He goes, wow, that was so great. Oh, it was so much fun doing that. And the video of Patricia Arquette and everything. So it was fun.
Mm-hmm. And then you did one of my favorite horror comedies, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
I just sent her a joke, and she sent an LOL back about 20 minutes ago.
Nice.
Yeah, she's awesome. I mean, think about that. Think about the two icons I've had the chance to work with, Tommy. I mean, yeah. Robert Englund and Cassandra Peterson. Yeah, that was great experience again to work with her. She was such a class act, so sweet, so great, and playing Guns N' Roses at 5 o'clock in the morning, blasting out of her trailer.
Wow. So did you just audition for this movie?
Yeah, again, that was through my manager, and I think I had a little heat going. You know, I had finished Nightmare, and then I just came back from St. Augustine, Florida. I was shooting there for 3 months on a movie called Illegally Yours, which I played Rob Lowe's brother, and Peter Bogdanovich directed.
Yeah, I remember that movie.
And then got the chance to audition for that, and that was a lot of fun, man. At the callbacks, there were they had 30 of us there, and they were grouping us together and pairing us with different things, and then they said, all right, it's lunchtime, everyone go take a break and come back in like an hour and a half. And Chris Cam was there, and I kept talking to him. I was like, hey, dude, I don't have a car right now. Can we go grab some lunch? And he goes, yeah. So we went in his Jeep and ended up talking, and then ended up going in there together. And then obviously he and I got the role, and Scott.
You ever see those guys?
Chris, I talk to from time to time, yeah, but I swear Scott is I have no idea where he is. I think he's literally off the earth. I have no idea how to find him. We're trying. So if you know where he is, tell him that we're looking for him.
Okay. Yeah, every time I go to a convention and Cassandra Peterson is signing, her line is out the door and around the block, and I still haven't met her yet.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I mean, if you think about it, I really had some classic lines in that movie.
Oh, you did?
Look at the size of her gazungas. And, obviously when we're working on the house right next to her, and she says to the other guys, hey, grab a tool and start banging. I mean, she's so much fun.
Yeah, my favorite one is when your dad says, you touched the part of my kid, touched the part of my kid no one else ever touched before. I wish. I like that one. She said she blamed the failure of the movie on the writer's strike.
Oh, really? That's right. It did happen around that time, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just blame my friend Sherman Allen for helping me get the part.
Well, it's a great blame because it's a great movie.
Right? I remember sitting in his apartment because we all lived on Harold Way in between Hollywood and Sunset Boulevard, right next to the old Arby's. And I said, hey, Sherm, I got this audition. Can you help me go over our lines? And he said, sure. Back then, we were all actors, and that's what we did. We all helped each other with auditions. So I remember saying probably 15 times over and over, will you look at the size of her gazungas? Will you look at the size of her gazungas? Till I got it right.
Yeah. That's awesome. And then, do you have any memories of working on Zapped Again?
Zapped, yeah. That was my first movie that we did. Just a ton of night shoots. And that was a blast because if you think about it, I got to work with Linda Blair, who I just saw 2 months ago. Lyle Alzado, I'm not sure if you are familiar with the football player.
Yep.
He was one of the greatest players for the Oakland Raiders, number 77.
Yep.
Karen
Black.
Ross Harris and Kelly Williams and
Karen Black.
Karen Black, of course. I mean, there were literally some classics in that movie. Now, not maybe the classiest movie, but yet we had so much fun working together. And Todd Eric Andrews, man, we're still buds to this day. What a great guy.
What's he doing these days?
He's doing real estate right now, but I think he's jumping back into acting as well. He goes back and forth from Vegas or Nevada to here in LA.
Wow. So are you doing any acting these days?
Mostly, Tommy, I've been doing voiceovers. I did this thing called ADR work, which is like looping, which is voices in the background. So you see a bunch of characters in the background talking low that, we pick up their voices and we pick up those two people crossing behind the main scene, the main characters. So I've been doing that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A buddy of mine was directing an Amazon show that was produced by Will Ferrell and Adam McKay.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked me if I wanted to do a part in it. So I said, hell yeah. And so I got to work with Ed O'Neill, which was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, out in February on Amazon, yeah.
Oh, awesome.
It's called $1 Trillion Planet, I think.
Nice. Oh, I check that out. So, do you have any upcoming convention appearances?
I got nothing, man. I was just put in a thing called Bambox, which was a blast, man. If anyone wants to subscribe to this thing, it's amazing. It's I think you pay like $24 a month. I think there's different plans, but you get a box and you don't know what's in it. And then you open it up and you see autographs from Ira Heiden from Nightmare 3, or you see a special autograph from Cassandra Peterson, or you get a piece of memorabilia from Lieutenant Phillips. So it's a really cool thing called the Bambox. I did that, and trying to get into some stuff next year.
Well, I hope Monsterpalooza eventually books you, because that would be cool.
That would be so much fun to do, for sure, man.
Yeah, I'm always suggesting people for them. They've only listened to me one time, and that was last year when I was at that one with everybody from Nightmare, and there was also a lot of people from Friday the 13th that I suggested too, and hopefully they'll listen to me again.
That's right. That would be good. Get me over there, Tommy. Use your wizard master powers.
I will. Well, Ira, thank you so much for your time. It's been an honor, and like I said, I hope I see you at a convention again, and I hope you have a happy new year.
You too, man. Thanks so much, Tommy. I appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure. Have a great day.
In the name of Lower, Demon of Elves, Demon be gone. Damn it, I screwed that one up. In the name of Lower, Prince of Elves, Demon be gone.
All right, bye.
Hey, Tommy.
Yeah.
How are you gonna put this on? Where are you gonna put it on? And you gotta plaster it on my Facebook.
Oh.
On my fan page.
Oh, I'm gonna upload this to YouTube as soon as we're done here, and I'm going to share it on Facebook, and I will send it to you. I'll tag you in it.
Awesome. Thanks, brother.
My pleasure. Have a great day.
Okay, Tommy.
Bye-bye. Well, there you have it. Ira Heiden. Ain't he a cool dude? Thank you so much, Ira. You're just a nice, humble guy, and I hope you get more acting roles. I'm glad you're doing the voiceover thing, but I hope you get acting roles as well. You're a cool guy, and I'll keep suggesting you for conventions. I will use my Wizard Master power. If you like this video, everyone, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, add me as a friend on Facebook, join my Tommy Kovac comedian page on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and all that fun stuff. Well, that's all the time we have this week on Splat from the Past. Until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past, because the present sucks. Later, dudes! We are the Dream Warriors! Fighting for what? Something. We're the Dream Warriors!